One of the things we've learned is, what is down does come up and what is up does come down. It's just the nature of this game, the ebbs and flow of the season, that hot teams at some point cool off and cold teams at some point get hot. And we had seen going into the weekend, the Dodgers playing poorly, the Padres playing some very good baseball. The Padres had taken over the top of the National League West, and then they played each other. And it ended up being Ohtani sort of taken over in the first couple games of the series, and the Dodgers end up sweeping the weekend series. Now they're back on top, 2 games ahead of the San Diego Padres, and just finding ways to win. Mookie Betts yesterday, the game-winning home run in the 8th inning. They scored 4 in the first, did the Dodgers. Then it was 4-4 going to the 8th, and Mookie Betts ends up stepping in, and it's been a tough year for him. But he takes advantage of the Robert Suarez fastball up in the zone, deposit it over the left field wall, and the Dodgers end up going up 5-4. They win it 5-4, and 2 games up right now. It just is a reminder that the Dodgers have the Padres number. And I know that when they don't play each other, the Padres play great baseball. They've got the deep bullpen, but the Dodgers just find ways to beat San Diego, and they have the tiebreaker now in this series.
They do. That's the big one, that they have the tiebreaker in the series, because I think this one is going to go down to the wire. The Dodgers also get to play the Colorado Rockies moving forward in this next series. But, going back to this game, I think about the Freddie Freeman at-bat in the first inning. He gave them a 3-0 lead. He had a two-strike count. They wanted to throw the ball inside. And if you miss on Freddie Freeman, he's going to make you pay. The ball leaked over. Yu Darvish wanted that back. And then Andy Pages comes in and also follows up with a home run. And now all of a sudden you have 4 runs on a lead of the Dodgers. The Dodgers, what makes them dangerous is that the star players that they have, it just seems like they go through the motions during the season. They know they're going to be around. But when they need to put the metal to the pedal, when they need to accelerate, they do. And it's hard to do. I remember Tony La Russa always telling the clubhouse in spring training, when I was with the St. Louis Cardinals, he would say, look, I've only known one player in my life that could turn it on and off, and that was Ricky Henderson, the late Ricky Henderson. And, you think about it, and it tells you, okay, you can't take a pitch off, you can't take a game off. But for the LA Dodgers, it just seems like, Shohei, I'm going to pitch 1 inning here. I'm going to pitch 1 inning there. I'll still hit. I'll do this. Dave Roberts manages those expectations well. Mookie Betts, are they better with him in right field or shortstop? Mookie wants to play shortstop. Okay, you put him at shortstop. He's gotten better. I'm not saying he hasn't. He's an unbelievable athlete. But is your best position right or is it short? Last year, they had to move him back to right field, and they were able to win a world championship. This year, he looks like he's going to stay at shortstop the rest of the time, but I think it has hurt his offense a little bit down the stretch, especially where he's at this right now around 242 average, and the home runs are down as well.
Yeah, so the Dodgers prevail over the weekend. They take the 3-game series, and with the tiebreaker now, they have a 2-game lead, which really means it's a 3-game lead, right? Because even if they're in a tie, the Dodgers will end up being the division winner, and the Padres the wild card team. And so the Padres now have got their work cut out for them to make back some of that ground they gave back in this series. Now, Eduardo, interesting, you've got a shirt on today that has a number 21 on it, and it is a special day because it is Roberto Clemente's birthday. And do you know that Roberto Clemente was a Rule 5 draft pick by the Pittsburgh Pirates from the Dodgers organization, Brooklyn Dodgers back then, but a Rule 5 draft pick, probably the greatest Rule 5 draft pick ever. Johan Santana was a pretty good one too, but not as good as Roberto Clemente. And so a special day to remember the former Pirate superstar.
100%. Look, I grew up in Puerto Rico, and part of our schooling was educating ourselves about the great Roberto Clemente. Now, obviously, I had an advantage because my dad not only played with him in winter ball as well, but played against him at the major league level, Tony Perez. And to be able to, that every child, every kid from Puerto Rico understands how important number 21 is, how important Roberto Clemente was as a humanitarian, more than as a big leaguer, I think plays. and it continued to play. And the late Vera Clemente, la viuda de Roberto, his widow, Vera Clemente, kept his legacy alive. And then now his children have been able to do so. There's a beautiful museum, the Roberto Clemente Museum in Pittsburgh. For all of those that have not been there, you must go. The history is rich. The history is beautiful. And for the island of Puerto Rico, that Roberto Clemente always wanted people to understand and visit and understand that, yes, we are. Go visit it. No passport required, peeps. Roberto Clemente is always on our hearts and our map, and Pittsburgh, that's one of his main loves as well. So thank you to the Pirates for continuing that legacy.
Yeah, absolutely right. And a very special day to be able to acknowledge that. And see the 21 logo back up on the wall in Pittsburgh, where there were some issues early, but they've gotten that resolved and continue to honor his legacy with the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. All right. Coming back, Sophia Minert, who is the Brewers reporter for FanDuel Sports Network Wisconsin, is going to join us talking about.
I don't know. They just use computers.
I think they do. It's the clicky ones with the
mechanical.
Right. Mechanical ones.
Scam. Alex Vesia got a 5-out save. Dave wanted that one for the first time in 6 weeks. LA has won 3 straight. Mookie Betts on what he was looking for.
Just something over the plate. I mean, it's about time I did something. You know, it's been all year, and so I'm just glad I was able to help the team win. I really haven't been driving the ball. Last couple of games have been a lot better. So hopefully we can turn the corner. You know, every series, especially now, is going to be a big series. So you know, it just feels good. You know, we didn't play great against Anaheim, and so coming in and getting to play Dodger baseball was it worked for us.
On Friday, the NL West lead was by the Padres, and now after a sweep, it belongs to the Dodgers. More where that came from, Dero. They play each other 3 more times in a week, and Dave Roberts was even impressed. He said, we haven't been playing well, so to ramp up that intensity to that magnitude over the 3 games, said he loved it. How'd they get the best of the Padres for 3 over the weekend? Take us through it.
Lauren, a myriad of reasons. And if I would have told you they hadn't been playing well and then going into the most important series of their season, you were going to feel the most confident handing the ball to Clayton Kershaw. If I would have told you that at the beginning of the year, you'd have told me I was crazy. This dude finds a way. Say what you want. He's on the twilight of his career. He has been on fire in August for this team. He's had 3 starts in August. He's gone north of 6 innings pitched in all of them. He's been dominant. He knows who he is. He gets guys in swing mode. And he finds a way with this nasty slider. I want to take you through it. Now, there's a lot going on with what the Dodgers did. Alex Vesia bowed up yesterday when an inning in 2/3. Teoscar Hernandez had a couple monster swings Friday and Saturday night. There's a lot of love to go around for this sweep, but I want to focus on these 3. I want to focus on Clayton on Friday night and how he attacks, because Max pulled up this board, and we're not going to bring it up right here. ERA leader since the start of 2021, minimum 450 innings pitched. It's Ohtani, Michael King, Clayton Kershaw. So pause this for me real quick. It's the first at bat against Arise. Bring up his pitch usage throughout the years. So look at him in 2008 through 17. I faced him when he first came up. It was hot heater, big breaking ball coming off it. That's how he got through the first part of his career. And then he started to incorporate the slider. And then you fast forward to 2021 through 2025. He's throwing the slider 44% of the time and the 4-seam fastball 37.2% of the time, and then mixing in the curveball 16% of the time. The slider's the weapon. He gets you in swing mode. He gets you in hitters counts. He gets off the barrel just a smidge to these left-handed hitters, and he gets rollovers and ground outs. He was phenomenal. I want to take you through a few at-bats. Top of the first against Luis Arise. Just the mindset. He comes out of the box swinging. Tatis led off the game. He's down 0-1. Now he tries to bunt. I don't know what he was trying to bunt for. He's down 0-2. Nasty pitch. Run that back for me again. Pause it. Take into account. Watch Luis Arise track this pitch. Run this. He's trying to let Clayton Kershaw know, I'm seeing that good. I know where the strike zone is. Yes, I was ready to go, but I'm seeing it good. Get off that pitch. But pause this. Clayton Kershaw's been doing this a long time. He knows if he baits it just a little bit more, gives him a little bit more vision of the plate, he's going to swing at it, run it. And that's what he does with this slider. Just presents it on the plate, but down, and he can't hold up twice. And it was steady. 2-0 count leverage for Jackson Merrill. Instead of that four-seam heater, let me throw a little 2-0 little slider right here. Again, Jay Cronenworth, the top 5, same thing. 2-0, slider. I know you're in swing mode, and you get after it. And then top 6, slider to get ahead, 0-1. Heater in. So run that back for me. Pause it. So Luis Arraez is going to take that slider away in the top of the 6th. He's going to shake his head like I see it big. What does Kershaw do? He knows he's sitting on that slider, trying to imagine it and hunting a window where it needs to come out of. He rushes the fastball in. Even though it's 90 miles an hour, it looks 95 to Luis Arraez, and he's late. Run this. Now he's got him 0-2. And he's saying, shoot him the other way. Again, similar to his first at bat. Present it on the plate, and he'll hack at it. And he gets him to roll into a big-time double play right there and goes 6 innings of one-run baseball. He was phenomenal all night and set the tone for the weekend. It's funny, you look at their starting rotation up and down, the Glasnows, the Snells, the Yamamotos. Do not be shocked come October if he doesn't get a postseason start with the way he's throwing the ball. Okay, so that was Friday night. Saturday, Blake Snell gets on the bump. First 4 out of 5 guys get knocks. What does Will Smith do? You can make the argument, I mean, Cal Raleigh is having the season, but in the last couple of years, it's been Will Smith. Look at the bug right there. Top 1. You want to set the tone? Tatis steals that bag and they're rolling. How about the back pick right here? Run that back for me real quick. Pause it. Look at the bug. First and second. Top 1, 2-2, 2 outs. And we're going to bring up a high home right here. Usually, in youth baseball, if they're both running, you want to go after the slower base runner, and it's usually the guy stealing from first to second, not the guy stealing from second to third. And that's what they did. They went back pick to Manny Machado. Pause. This third baseman, lock in on him. He will not even move. I don't know if this is pre-planned. I don't know if Will Smith's given a sign to Miguel Rojas at second, but he is going back door. Arraez is out of the equation. Run this slow. Pause. Third baseman's not even honoring it. Will Smith's coming up shooting his second base. And I love the fact that I was big back in the day. Pause it for me real quick. Big back in the day, and we were always taught the ball's faster than you reaching for it and pulling it back. So they always wanted us straddling second base and letting the ball travel and dropping the tag down. But I do feel like at times when you're straddling the bag, you kind of get landlocked. If the throw's up the line, there's really nowhere for you to go. So if you're noticing, a lot of guys are taking the throw in front of the base and then laying the tag down.
Baseball's faster than you. It makes sense.
As long as you're not reaching for it, I'm okay with it. So run this. So 4 out of the first 5 guys get on base, and Will Smith throws 3 dudes out in 2 innings. He allowed Blake Snell to settle into this game. It could have got ugly early. It could have been 2-3-0. Blake Snell goes 3 innings. The bullpen's depleted for yesterday. I just want to show the mechanics here. Not a huge catching guru, just been around. My best boy B-Mac always talked about, you want to get that right foot down as quick as possible. Chop and go. Boom. And you see Will Smith, even from a knee. Watch that right foot. Bang, in the ground, and he's letting it go. And I know he's been slow right now. You can run it. Offensively, he's been struggling a little bit recently. He has been phenomenal for this team all year. Sitting in that major power production right behind the big boys. He has turned himself into arguably the best catcher in the game. Hitting tanks, controlling it. He's kind of their sinus rhythm to what they do. He has been awesome. Look at this. Weighted runs created plus leaders among catchers 2025 season. Obviously, Raleigh is at the top of the board. But then there's Will Smith, Carson Kelly, and Shea Bangaliers. Okay, so Friday we had Kershaw dominant. Saturday, we had Will Smith get Blake Snell into a nice rhythm. Sunday, one swing of the bat. Oh, Mookie Betts. Is he back? He might be getting close to being back, and they need him. They need his energy. They need him smiling. I read so many articles on the plane sitting there on the tarmac last night about him saying, hey, my numbers are gone this year. I'm playing to win. The only box I can check is winning a World Series. And in this moment right here, Padres had just tied this game up in the top of the 8th. He comes up in the bottom of the 8th, gets a 2-0 cookie from Robert Suarez and hits it a mile. Run this back for me and pause it. I know it was chronicled J.D. Martinez came to Tampa and talked to him. He didn't get going there. Read an article last night talking about him going up to Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman talked to him about one thing, keeping his shoulders level. Mookie has a tendency to want to get here, which he still does. But it's the feel versus real. If you present that my shoulders are level, then it's going to kind of redirect him back up, gap to gap, pull side in the air. So run this for me. He didn't have a hit the first 2 games of the series, but then with one swing of the bat. Bring up the board of him the last 11 games. He's starting to get it going. 341, 2 bombs, 9 RBIs. And you got to come out of this slow. Let's get back into the tape. I know we're getting heavy here, but kind of the progression of coming out of this. This was in Tampa. You see him getting very rotational, trying to pull everything. That's off the end of the bat. Nice play by Mangum right there. And then he gets jammed again. Oh. And then all of a sudden, here we go. I don't love the 3-2 slider pulled down the left field line, but we'll take it. It's starting to get us going. This was August 5th. 97, bullet to left field. He starts to get hot. 3 knocks this night. Last one, you need a little luck. It hits off the pitcher, gets into the outfield, and then 2 nights later, he has a nice night against Toronto with a couple knocks. He takes Scherzer deep right here on a breaking ball. But there was one swing against the Angels that I think changes everything. Bases loaded 0-2. That gets you going. Mm-hmm. That's when you start to get confident. You say, all right, I can back some things up and move it the other way. So, big time sweep.
And a
not
big time
over,
weekend
but
coming up. Dodgers, Padres throw 3 again this weekend.
Yeah, that's going to be in
How
San
lucky are we?
Diego,
message
correct?
sent, though.
Padres got to find a way. You know, they have a Dodgers issue so far this year. Great stuff, D. All right, let's take a quick timeout. When we come back, it was quite a day for Mark.